Yes, yes. Life could be tough sometimes, and I get it, and it could feel sometimes like those lows are going to be lows forever, right? Like there's highs and lows, ebbs and flows, right? And it could feel sometimes like when we're down, like the whole world is on our shoulders, and it's going to be hard for us to dig ourselves out of those holes that we get into for whatever reason, right? And sometimes it can feel almost like we just want to give up, right? And I'm here today to tell you not to give up. And what I want to do is that I want to give you a tip or kind of give you a little bit of an advice of something that I think about, something that has helped me kind of change my perspective, right? Because I believe that it's all about perspective. It's all about how we see things and it's all about how we think about things, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you guys to think about sports, right? And I'm not sure if you're watching this video, I'm not sure if you watch sports. I'm not sure if you're into sports, right? But specifically, I want to talk about basketball, right? Because I'm a huge basketball fan. And what I've done is that I've used a basketball analogy, if you will, to help me kind of change my perspective on life and how life goes, right? And so if you do watch sports and if you do watch basketball, or at least understand a little bit of the basic of basketball, you'll understand that there's 4 quarters in a game, meaning the game is divided into 4 quarters. Each one of these quarters is 12 minutes, right? And so what happens is the score at the end of the game is what matters, right? Like what happens at the end of the fourth quarter is what matters. Now there's a first quarter, second quarter, third quarter before that. And of course, those scores matter too because they all add up to that fourth quarter average, right? But what happens at the end of the first quarter doesn't doesn't signify what the game is or what it's going to end at. And so when we think about our lives, I want you to start thinking about how your life, you're gonna live a long life, right? As long as you stay healthy and you take care of yourself, you're gonna live, who knows, 70, 80, 90 years, right? 100 years, right? But let's say you're gonna live to 80. If you're gonna live to 80, then we could divide that 80 by 4, and that gives you what? 20, right? So you got 20, 40, 60, 80. So let's say first quarter is at 20, right? That's the end of the first quarter of your life. And then at 40 is the second quarter, right? And so wherever you're at 20 years old, that's not how you're gonna end up. That's not the end of you. That's not you reaching that goal or those things that you want. Like if you haven't reached those goals yet, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna reach them. And so what I want you to do is think about your life in that way, right? And so depending on what your age is, that could be a what quarter you're in, right? And so what we're doing as we're playing basketball is that we're learning through these quarters as well, right? We're learning we're looking at what the other team is throwing at us, right? If we're a team, if we're a basketball team, and we're playing against another basketball team, we're watching to see what they're throwing at us. In life, we're watching to see what life is throwing at us, right? So that we could then change what we're doing on our end, make the adjustments, so we can come into the next quarter and play better and do better against the competition and do better in life, right? And so I want you to start thinking about life in that way, right? Because it's not the end. It's not the end. Guys, listen, if you're 50, it's not the end. If you're 40, 50, it's not the end. This is merely halftime. This is time for you to go into the locker room, take a shower, chill for a minute, think about what just happened, right? And go back into the game. That's it. Like, it's not over yet. And so your life is not over yet. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40. I don't care what people have told you. I don't care if people have told you that, oh my God, at 30 you should have life figured out and you should be married already with a house and a white picket fence and a boy and a son and a daughter and a cute dog. Like, I don't care what anybody told you that life is supposed to be like. It's not. Your life is supposed to be the way that your life is supposed to be. And it's up to you to work on attracting the life that you want. But expecting for it to get to a specific place at a specific time is not reality. It's not reality, and what it's doing is that it's putting you in a place mentally where you think that you haven't achieved as much as you should, or that you're not in a place that you should, or that others are doing better than you because they're in a different place than you are. No, they're just playing a different game. Their basketball game is different than yours. It's different. You have your own game. They have their own game. Who knows? Bro, they might be killing it at halftime. And in the second half, it doesn't work out for them. Right? Where you might be losing at halftime and you might come back the second half and kill it. You might come back at 45 and be where you're supposed to be at 55, 60. Why not? Why not? If you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to believe in yourself, if you're willing to work on yourself, why not? And so, guys, listen, if you're in a place right now where you feel like, you know what, I'm not where I should be, I'm not where I want to be, I'm just here to tell you that you have time. You have time. You have time to put the work in. You have time to sit down, look back, reevaluate what's going on, figure it out, and move forward stronger. You have time. Don't give up. If you do watch sports and you do have a team and you're watching your team play, do you give up after the first quarter? Have you ever went to bed at halftime because your team was losing? And then you wake up in the morning and you put on and you saw that they made a crazy comeback and it was a crazy game. And you're like, oh my God, I should have stayed up. It was a crazy game, double overtime, whatever, right? That's life. Don't give up at halftime. Don't give up after one quarter. You have the rest of the game to go. And this is your game. Come out, play offense. Stop playing so much defense. Stop worrying about defense. Defense is going to come. Play that offense. Play your game. But keep making those adjustments. Keep making those adjustments. Worry about who's going to game with you. Whoever's not playing the right way in your life, they need to go to the bench. Or maybe they have to get cut from the team. I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know if you need a better coach. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on in your game. I'm not sure what's going on in your life. But what I'm here to tell you again is that you have time. 4 quarters. If you're 50 right now, 60 years old, you're still in the third quarter. You have time to make all those dreams come true, to reach all those things that you wanted to reach. You have time. Not to prove it to others, not to prove it to the haters, the quote unquote haters. No. You have time to prove it to yourself, to prove to you that you are that person that you've always thought that you are, to prove to you that you can do those things that you always thought that you can do, and to prove to you that happiness is real, that fulfillment is real, that you could live that 1% life. Like it's there for the taking. You just got to put it in, put the time in. So again, guys, there's time. You have time. Regardless of where you are right now, you have time. Take a shower, refresh, reevaluate, get back in the game. Let's go. Oh, and be transcendent.